it's been amazing. It actually started with 2008 with the Phillies World Series. So I've had this idea for a while to create images out of a lot of words, and writing out every game for every World Series is going to be my goal. Well, I mean, I didn't need much inspiration. When you watch this guy play, it's contagious. Just love the way he never takes a play off. And, you know, his story about almost, you know, not making the team to now being the MVP of the league. It was definitely a piece I was excited for. I was really pulling for you guys in the World Series, and especially after everything that happened this year with the hurricane. So this piece, writing out every game, it's called The Road to the World Series, and I wrote out every game from the entire season, who they played, the date, the opponent, and the score, to represent, you know, the accomplishment of the Astros this year. We have it at 65 hours.
And how does the process begin of you saying, okay, this is the piece that I want to do, this is how I want to do it? How does that process, walk me through that process a little bit?
Well, yeah, first it's finding the image. You know, I really want to capture that moment. And luckily enough, he was the one to make the last out. So that is the moment after the out's been recorded. And that's really, I want to capture that moment. And luckily it's not, you know, the typical pitcher jumping up, although there was a lot of great scenes, especially with him and Carrera meeting next to each other. But because he was such a special player this year and he was able to get that out, that was the image. And then I do a pencil sketch and essentially collect all the information, statistics from the year, and kind of map out how many words I need or how many games per line, and just start writing it out in pen and finishing it up with some ink. I try to do a piece in a week, but I'm honestly not that hard of a worker. So I'd say it's about a week and a half. Yeah, I try to, you know, stick to a 40-hour work week if I can.
Weird.
For me, it was really important that I make artwork that was affordable. You know, when I was had this idea, it was like I was a huge sports fan, but artwork was either, you know, really expensive oil paintings, limited edition, and everything was over $100, or it was like photoshopped, really cheap posters. They're not limited edition, but I do hand sign each print in pencil, and it's also a standard size, so framing's really easy. I wanted to be able, you know, for the mom to be able to give this as a gift and not have it be a big hassle.
How?
It's the original 16 by 20. The print's going to be 16 by 20.
Okay. And if someone wanted one of these, how long would it take to get one? Are they available to be ordered now?
They are available today, yeah, at artofwords.com. And I'm guessing we should try to ship, you know, next day or the day after. We use UPS, so you guys can probably have them within, you know, 3 to 5 business days. Okay. I mean, growing up, I was a huge fan of Bagwell and Biggio, and this was obviously just a fantastic year for the Astros, having them inducted into the World Series. So both those guys are definitely a possibility. I think Hakeem Olajuwon's a pretty good possibility too, with those back-to-back championships with the Rockets. So, and I also like to do, you know, cityscapes where I write out the streets and neighborhoods to create the skyline. You guys have a fantastic skyline as well. So definitely more Houston artwork in the future is coming up.
Well,
I would say savor this moment. You know, I can still remember in 2008, you know, waiting my whole life for the World Series. And it goes away fairly quickly. So and then now we're wondering if we're ever going to make the playoffs again after having a great run for so long. And you guys have a young team, and just wishing you guys the best. Just enjoy this because, as you know, it doesn't come around too often.